smiling, sun's up and the food cured, people doing what they be doing. Go ahead and double dutch, sitting on the front porch. Don't let nobody change your mood. Can't change my mood. My sky's clear blue.
Hey guys, welcome back to Hustle and Heart, the diary of an entrepreneur. It has been a while and I actually feel really bad about it. I've been contemplating, do I keep making videos? And I have to remember what my why is. If you are new here, my name is Lauren Kennedy. I'm a learning and leadership strategist, as well as a leadership and transformation coach. Now, it's been a while. That's what this video is all about, is because I kind of want to update you guys on exactly what has been going on with me throughout the month of August. And I can't help but feeling today, this whole YouTube thing is it's weird for me, one, because I'm not trying to get to 1 million subscribers. My SEO stinks. And so I always have these imposter feelings of, then how am I going to get to that point? But it really is something that I thrive on, making a difference and helping others and teaching others. And so these video diaries are, yes, they are for me, but I want to help you. And so if you are contemplating, starting your own business, having a side hustle, or you're just struggling with your own mental health, then my gosh, Hustle and Heart is for you. This is something that it's this balance, right? It's this struggle of how much do I put out there? I definitely don't want to, videotape the really dark side of mental health and going through things, which is what kind of August was for me. And I'm going to explain that here in a little bit. But I think just vlogging and really keeping it real with you guys. So if you are watching, thank you. Make sure to subscribe so you do get updates when I post. As always, my goal going forward is to be more consistent, but really just providing content that's relevant. So Hustle and Heart is for entrepreneurs. If you are here for leadership, anything organizational development, that's going to be my Creating Strength podcast. And I've chosen this platform because Apple, Spotify, all those, I would rather you guys be able to see my face. I like this kind of conversation style. And so this is where I post everything. And one of my goals is to be more active on Instagram. So I will post links to, you'll find me most often on LinkedIn. That's where my professional peeps hang out. And I want to post more behind the scenes stuff on Instagram. So those are the two places you can find me besides here on YouTube. And then of course, I've got freebies and stuff on my website, but I digress. Anyway, so here's the deal. This update's a little different because I've sort of pulled away. So I really launched everything out back in April. And mind you, starting a business, it's going to take 5 to 10 years to get to where I want to be. There's no magical pill, formula, anything that I can do to truly speed things up. I have to be patient and I have to do the work. But that also means that when you are starting a side hustle, when you are starting a business, you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and go, these are the things that are not working. And it's about gaining self-awareness, having gratitude for your journey where you are each and every day, but being able to learn. And so I was just all up in my head in the month of August. And what I decided to do so that I could kind of get out of my head, because one problem that I've had is I'm just comparing myself to people that have been in the business for 5+ years. Comparing yourself to others is a surefire way to destroy any momentum, to destroy your mental health. Comparing yourself to others is it's just literally one of the worst things that you can do. And for my personal training days and bodybuilding days, I can tell you that destroyed me faster than anything. When I compared myself to other competitors, compared myself to other people's businesses, I have to do what's right for me and for my family. And honestly, each step that I'm trying to take is I want to do more of what I love, make money at it, grow as a person. I find that in corporate America, I am, and that's going to be my update too, that in the month of August, because I've been so torn, I've started to apply for jobs I don't even want. Honestly, that's embarrassing to say that I've applied for jobs and then I'm just getting rejections all over the place. And that's because I'm not meant for those roles. Like, that's God's redirection. But it kind of makes me feel icky because I'm like, I set out to do this thing on my own and I'm just failing. And I'm not failing, I'm just not there yet. Like, it's all a learning process. So here's the deal. If you are, no matter if you're working in a 9 to 5 or you're trying to be an entrepreneur, there's points in life where you have to just be able to look at yourself in the mirror and go, this isn't working. And it doesn't feel the best, but you have to be able to do that in order to move forward. And so what I found myself doing is just trying to give myself grace in the month of August to find a redirection on, like, what is it that I need to be doing? Because I found myself a little frozen and unable to take action. And action is what is going to give you confidence. Like, I'm okay with taking action on things that I'm not truly confident in yet or that I don't think is perfect. I've gotten to that place in life. But my fears, I've gotten like this huge crippling fear of rejection, because my main strategy in business, to be honest with all of you, I'm sending out cold emails, I'm doing a lot of networking, but I just found myself all of a sudden frozen. I'm like, I can't get rejected anymore. I can't hear the no anymore. And then I have to evaluate my sales process, because when you're starting out in business, the reality is you're a salesperson. You're marketing and your sales. You have to convince people of your value. And so as a coach, I'm struggling with conveying in words like what my value is. Why would you want to hire me as your coach? In leadership, I'm sort of struggling with, well, all this information's already out there. Like, what's so special about me? Like, why would anyone care about what I have to say? And those are all really self-destructive ways that you can take things. And that's what I mean. Like, I'm comparing myself to other people, and then I find myself with this like negative self-talk, and it's not productive. So in the month of August, I took a step back. I gave myself permission to not post on LinkedIn. I gave myself permission to not make any videos. I did a little less networking. I felt depressed. That's just something that I struggle with all the time. And it's because I've realized through past therapy that I have trauma from my past, and we all have trauma in our lives, and we carry it with us. And I feel like we just go through some bouts in life where it's a little more prevalent and it's a little harder to deal with. And so, I just revamped everything in the month of August. So here we are, it's September, this is a Tuesday, it's right after Labor Day. And I just finally got this one. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make an update video. And even if nobody sees it, here's the deal. I saw Alex Hormozy. He did a video and talked about this, and he's so right. Like, 5 years from now. So if I stay consistent and I document my journey, that the me 5 years from now can come back to this video and say, look at where you were and look at how far you've come. Same thing with any of my followers, and anyone who looks up content of mine can look at this now to, 5 years from now. And that's kind of exciting, right? Like, sometimes it can be so easy to lose hope. And for me, real leadership is about creating hope for the future. And that's why in my programs, because I believe this wholeheartedly, like, you have to know how to create hope for yourself. And if you don't know how to do that, it makes leadership for others very, very difficult, or at the very least, much harder. And so for me, in the month of August, I took a step back. I reevaluated just my sales strategy in general. And some funny things happened. I reflected on some of the great things that happened. I did a presentation that went really well for Great Careers Group out on the East Coast. And I actually got asked to do a program in 2025 without filling out an RFP, which, if you don't know what that is, that's a request for proposal. And I fill those suckers out all the time. I get rejected all the time. Part of my big goals is to be on these big stages at ATD, Training Magazine, and just, ASHRA, which is a healthcare organization, SHRM, which is human resources. I want to be a keynote speaker. I want to be on big stages teaching about my unique perspective. And that that's something that I've learned to be proud of my story. Like, I'm just not your corporate gal. I'm not the type of person that's going to be in corporate America for 40 years working 8 to 5. Some people are very, very great at that. But I think God put me on this earth. I am, I'm a Leo. I feel like a really free spirit that just, anything I can do to teach, I have to live into that. I have to live into my value of making a difference. And I can't be stuck in a job where I come in and I just go through the motions, and I don't get to do that all the time. It's very taxing on my system. And so trying to apply for jobs was really disheartening, because I'm looking at the job description and I'm thinking, this doesn't really sound fabulous, but it's sort of in the realm of what I want to do. I applied for a few like leadership development consultant roles. I got turned down for those. Like, looking at my resume, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm just trying to get more in the world of leadership development. And in my eyes, like I said, I'm comparing myself to other people. I feel like, oh my gosh, there's so many people that do this. There's so many coaches out there. But the reality is, because I did that crap when I was a personal trainer too, the reality is you're just looking for it. So if you are in business, maybe you sell essential oils, and everywhere you turn, you're like, God, everyone's selling essential oils. No, that's not true. That's just what you're seeing because you're looking for it. And you have to find your unique value proposition. And where mine comes in is my background as a personal trainer. And I'm really good at personalized strategies, meaning I can customize a development program for someone because I can truly see what they need. And I develop my own system for doing that. Excuse me. I'm getting over being sick, so bear with me. Where I feel like we fall short in leadership is we don't teach our leaders from a young enough age, first of all. And second of all, we're not teaching them how to truly develop others. And so that's why I'm here. Is I know that I can teach leaders how to do this. And I want to talk about this on big stages. I want to teach people how to do this. And so I feel much better than I did at the beginning of August. Taking a step back and resetting like this can often feel like you're failing. It's very easy to get that mindset. And I want to remind you that if you're not where you want to be yet, if you found yourself in a place where you're not really happy or finding joy, it's because some of the decisions that you're making aren't aligning with what you truly value. And that's sort of what I'm having to reset and do. And I want to sell in a way that feels like me without feeling sleazy. And I'm still figuring out how to do that. I'm also not a big social media person. I'm an introvert. And so making videos like this is very far out of my comfort zone, but I'm trying very much to lean into it and lean into the uncomfortableness, because when you sign up for entrepreneurship, you sign up for stress every day. You sign up for basically being uncomfortable, stressed out, just like crazy all the time, and learning how to live with it. And I feel like I'm in this reacclimating stage to entrepreneurship. And so I'm proud of myself. I'm going to let myself feel, I'm going to be proud. I took a step back, and no, it's not a failure. It's just something that we have to do in life. And I would tell you this, if you're trying to lose weight, if you are in a 9-to-5 and you're unhappy, you need to take a step back and do a reset, a solid reset, where you look in the mirror and go, what's not working? Like, is it something within my family life? Is it I'm not working out and eating healthy? Is it my job? Am I really unhappy with my job and I'm just not being honest with myself? Where are you not getting what you need? And so, no matter where that is, give yourself the time that you need to do that and answer some of those questions. What's not working? And then what action can you take to fix it? So a couple of things that I did in August, besides revamping my sales strategy, is I got a new planner, I got some new notebooks, and I really I threw everything out the window. I erased every strategy that I set out in April and May, gone. And I redid it because I'm like, I figured out what's not working, and it's really it's my word. It's the word, and the content that I'm putting out is not conveying the true value that I have. And that's part of sales, and it's something that I need to work on, and I'm learning. The other thing I did was I kind of searched for some personal development reading material that would help me reset. And one book I want to tell you guys about is this one called Do the Work by Stephen Pressfield. It's super short. It's like 100 pages. And it's kind of written like a poem. And it goes through a lot of your mindset and kind of how you hold yourself back. And that ideas come to us for a reason. Like there's a reason why I needed to reset. There's ideas that have come to me recently and I've wanted to just shoot them down. But in this book, he really talks about like, go with it, get it on paper and just go with it and then sort it out later. So I highly recommend that book. The other thing I did was I got a call from a local community college and for an interview. And I thought, okay, well, like the universe is steering me in different directions and I'm just going to go with it. And I wound up getting a job. It's a part-time teaching job for our local community college here, where I will get to be teaching GED classes to students. And that got me really excited because I'm like, that's where I'll be making a difference. And so I start that here pretty soon. I'm really excited about that. But if you take anything away from this video, it's do the reset. Do the uncomfortable work of taking a step back and saying, this isn't working. Figure out what's not working and just be patient with yourself. Find grace with where you are now. What I'm really trying to focus on is enjoying where I'm at. And that can be really difficult when you're really stressed out, if you're worried about money and you've got all these things going on, it's very difficult to be in the moment. So I'm trying to work on that. So that's where I'm at. We're now in September, so I'm excited. The weather is amazing. I love fall. It feels so great outside. My kiddos had today off from school and they're playing with friends, and it's just really having gratitude for where you're at, and that's, that helps you look forward. So there's always going to be stuff going on, but I know if you're following my journey for, this Hustle and Heart podcast on YouTube, like it's going to take a while. And I want to share with you what's working for me and what's not. So what's not working for me is sending thousands of cold emails out. Like I'm in a relationship building business and I have to figure out how to do that. So you got to kind of own what you're doing and not doing. Own the mistakes you've made. Life's about learning. These aren't failures. These are just pivots that you need to make in business. And no matter if you're working your 9 to 5 and then working on your side hustle, you're going to find it's not an overnight success thing. Every overnight success took 5 to 10 years. So patience is really key, but there's a lot of great stuff I feel like that happened in August. And I want to be proud of that. I'm excited to start teaching. I love that I got asked to speak for an organization here in Omaha. And I didn't have to put an RFP, like they thought of me. And that means something I'm doing is working. So I can't get too hard on myself. Like those are the opportunities that don't always come through. But yeah, let me know if you have questions about entrepreneurship, anything specifically that I'm doing, please let me know in the comments. I would love to do an episode for you on that and love to answer them and really create a community. So thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn and Instagram and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks, guys. Until next time, keep creating your strength.